Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Paint Girly. Just going to have another work day today, see if I can get a couple of things finished. And I want to, once I get started here, take off my pretty little cuffs so I don't mess them up. Candy has already been in. She's at the doctor and she'll be back, so that's great. I just cut out this little image from the paper pack that I'm using for the one journal I'm working on. It's called Threads, like a needle and thread from Stamperia. And I thought this might make a cute little tuck spot. So I'm just inking that a little bit. I think I like to put a little bit of ink in here. Maybe a Q-tip might do the trick. I want to kind of control where my ink goes. All right, I'm going to take my little wrist warmers off. I turned my heat down because it was so nice the other day, but it's a bit chilly in here. It's a bit chilly. Hey, Mama. Good morning. All right, let's grab a little Q-tip. So I pulled out two journals. The one I was working on Tuesday evening, and I still have some things to do within that. I did glue the signatures in. All right, so I'm just tapping my Q-tip on my ink pad. I'm picking up a little bit of color here and just adding a little, inking just a little bit there. Okay, so we've got a few more folks that have popped in. That's good. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Everything kind of sticks. Hey, good morning, Joyce. Everything kind of sticks to my little silicone mat here, but at least I don't have the glare and reflection that I do without it. I'm not sure about this bit here. I think because I want to use it as a tuck spot. Hey, Dar, good morning. I guess I'll leave that there. I don't know. I was thinking about cutting this section out. I guess I should leave it. I don't know. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing, especially with coloring pages. Sometimes there's a little something on the page. I'm like, what is that supposed to be? And that's how it is with that collar. All right, so this is what I was working on Tuesday evening. And we decided it was called Threads. I'm not sure you're understanding me because I didn't put my teeth in this morning, girls. Threads, like needle and thread. Romance from a romantic collection. But I was thinking this little collar might look good on maybe here for a little tuck spot. And then I think I want to cut out this dress form. But I hate to lose those flowers, but they're going to be a little fiddly to cut out. Oh, look at these. Look how cute these are. So there's still some things here I can cut out and use, right? I'm not too crazy about the measuring tapes, if I'm being honest. So I did glue my pages in, my signatures in. We're just going to jump right in here and get started on something. So these are now glued in. So I have my two little fabric flaps. So I need something here. So I cut some. So I trimmed out my paper, and then what I did was, oh yeah, I just need a little bit off the bottom. Well, I took too much off. So I've got this little tiny bit of white showing down here. Not happy about that. So I'm going to glue my little extra bits down there. That white or cream just kind of, to me, hits you in the face, so you kind of have to knock it back a little bit. I might even be able to use my, here's a thought. Maybe I'll use my inker, my little inky dinker here. Let's see if that'll knock it back enough where it's not, in your face. See, what does Joyce say here? I want to make a journal out of an old pattern. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. You know what I was thinking, Joyce? And I have somewhere in this messy room of mine the startings of something similar to that. I took a pattern bag, that the tissue paper comes in, and I thought I could use that as the jacket of the journal and then put the different sewing things, like the top of a spool of thread. I'm like, okay, so this one's naked, but you know how it has that label? Like, peel some of these labels off. Like, see how easy it comes off when it's old? Or like the wrappings of your I have one of those on my desk somewhere too, of, say, your binding tape. You take that little wrapper off and you glue it together. It makes a beautiful little pocket. And of course, it's themed towards, sewing. All right, so I think I want to camouflage this a little bit more. So I'm going to add this. And I'm going to ink my edges. So come in and get comfy. I'm just trying to use this time we have together to get some of these projects knocked out that I've started. Because some of them are pretty far along, a little further along than I really realized. I think this is, I don't think it really matters. Yes. I've got a little bit of the dropsies here. So I'm just going to glue that little piece back on. So, and I know this, but sometimes I just have to remind myself, just check and double check your measurements when you're doing things like this. And I will happily admit I don't measure well. I don't need that edge. That's going to be covered with my fabric flap here. I didn't open my phone. I have a large, oh, you do, Joyce? Oh, you've got options then, baby. You've got options. Have you ever seen, Joyce, where I'm thinking of one girl in particular. She's a maker for Tim Holtz, and her name is Susie Hines, and she calls herself, Soul something. Oh, gosh, I haven't looked at her page in a long time. Hey, Peggy, good morning. Okay, Peggy reminds me of an announcement I want to make. All right, here's the deal. There's 10 of us in here now, so look at that paintbrush just fell apart. All right, so I'm traveling. Most of you know that I'm traveling the end of April, and I am planning to visit and meet with someone in our art community, and in England. And I was trying to keep this a surprise. I was thinking I didn't really want her to know about it, but the reason I wanted to kind of keep it a secret, because I thought if no one responded and she knew what I was doing, she might look at me. I've got my medicine sitting here. She might feel like, a little disappointed. So I wanted to avoid that. But a few of you have already responded. So that takes away that equation. So I'm just going to flat out say it. So I put a message on my post that used to be called Community tab on my page. Hey, Jen, hi. And so I'm going to England and I'm going to get together with Janet Nash. Now, to send Janet Happy Mail, you can easily send her an envelope with a couple of stickers in it, something really flat for, not a lot of money. But if you want to send her anything with any kind of bulk to it, or say a little, even if it's a flat journal, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. So I'm going there and I'm willing to take her Happy Mail. If you want to send me something, it might cost you maybe $4 or $5 that has a little more meaning to it. A little bit of fabric or a little bit of maybe scraps of paper that you appreciate, or something you think Janet might not be able to get her hands on, that might be a little costly for you to send through the post. I would take it for you. So really, if you use Pirate Ship, which is very user friendly, if you have a printer, you can print off your own label. If you want to package something up and send it to me that maybe costs you $3 or $4, that might then, if to send it to Janet, probably will cost you, I don't know, I'm just guessing, $20 or $40 sometimes. You know, I can make room in my suitcase or my carry-on to take her, some Happy Mail, which I think she would just love. So, yes, your package made it. I just opened it this morning, Peggy. I'll chat with you a little bit later about that. So, a few gals have already shipped me some things. So, I've already got some stuff started for our dear little Janet. I think she'll just be thrilled. Maybe there's something that you do. Like Janet, when I think of Janet Nash, I think of wonky little cutouts, little houses, wonky hearts. She's got her own little thing. I'm going to see if maybe I can steal a couple little wonky somethings from her while I'm there. But, so maybe you have something that you particularly like that you do. It could be just an ATC card, you know, and she would love that to tuck into one of her journals. I just knew she would. So that's the deal. All right. So here's the other half of the deal. So if you're interested to do that, just private message me, direct message me. We can chat. I will give you my address, and I need to have it before the 17th of April. So we've got time. Bits and bobs. Yes, she loves bits and bobs. And all of our scraps are so different, right? So with her being in a different country, I think she'll be thrilled. So I asked her if she had any desires, or what she wanted. And God love her, she asked for candy corn. She's never tried candy corn. So she wants some candy corn. So I'm taking that. And I've got my own little package started of bits and bobs. And so, if you're interested, that's the story on that. All right. So just get a hold of me. Like I said, we have plenty of time. All right. So I'm going to be gluing this down. And then this is going to come over as a pocket, but I'm also going to glue some kind of fabric here. Oh, that's a good idea, Peggy. She also loves recipes. So if you have a little recipe card, jot a recipe. It doesn't even have to be on a card. A little scrap of paper, a family favorite recipe. She would love that. That's a great, great idea. So my suitcase going is going to be filled with things to give mostly, rather than things to wear. I'm not taking many clothes. I'm taking clothes that I can interchange. And where the places we're staying, we've made sure that we have a washer and a dryer. So, that's is manageable. And I'm taking those squishmallows for my bonus grandbabies. And so I'm going to have plenty of room in my suitcase to bring things home. So Yes, see, Peggy's a great idea, gal. So yes, that's a good idea too. A little postal card, postcard, or you can make your own postcard. All right, I'm thinking like this might look cute here, but I'm not sure if that might be a little too thick. Of course, I've got flat lace too, but I'm thinking I might like that there. So let's put that aside. I don't want to lose my little pin. My little pin. Um, Pin cushion. I don't know what I do with my pin cushion. All right, let's just put it here. So I want to glue. Let's see. I want to glue my lace or whatever I'm going to use, trim or whatever I'm going to use here. So if I use that, it's not too bad. I mean, it's already going to be. Now, my other question is, do I want, see, this is how it's going to look because I've got stuff hanging. Do I want to attach, before I glue this down, do I want to attach some kind of a tie? See, I've got this here. So a tie coming out here might be nice. Or it might be nice to have one at the top and one at the bottom. See, this sticks out quite a bit too, but that's very flexible. So even if that gets, what did you say? Oh, yeah, postcard from your state. Yes, mama. Yes. Okay, we're cooking with gas now, ladies. All right. So, and we have time, it's just the 27th of March. So, yesterday we went and spent the evening with our daughter, had dinner with her and her family. She was 40 yesterday, and got to see the grands, which is always fun. And our grandson is 6, soon to be 7. He will be 7 in April, the beginning of April. And he is, I mean, I know he's my grandson, but he is just a handsome kid. He's just a good-looking kid. He's got a good-looking head of hair. He's got a personality that just won't quit, and he just cracks us up. And I mean, already it's 6, and this is a year since preschool. Our daughter, if she goes to any of the school meetings, she's always got one or two mothers who come up and say, "Oh, you're Jack's mother. So and so talks about Jack all the time." I mean, he's going to break some hearts, let me tell you. So our daughter tells us he organized a little thing at school on his own where he told his buddies, "Tomorrow, let's all wear green. Let's all wear something green." So she says he's getting ready for school in the morning. He's digging through his clothes. Now, keep in mind that they're under construction. All their bedrooms are emptied out. Our son in law's doing drywall, painting, all kinds of stuff. So their clothes are not where they normally are. So he's, rifling through his clothes. His mom says, "What are you looking for?" He said, "I need something green." Then he said, "Oh, there we go." And he finds a pair of underpants, Ninja Turtles, green. So he gets them on, and he tells his mom he's organized, "Hey, Debbie, good morning." This dress up that everybody is to wear green to school. So his mother says, "But you're not going to show them your underwear." And he said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to show them my underwear, but I'm going to tell them about it." So, oh my gosh. So then he finds green socks and then I guess a pair of green shorts. It ended up 13 kids wore green to school that day. He just cracks us up. So then his father was teasing. I guess it was yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday he actually did it. I'm not sure because he had the Ninja Turtles on again. His dad was teasing him and pulled his shorts down. And I'm like, you don't have green underwear on today, do you? He's like, Ninja Turtles. This kid is such a hoot. Can you imagine? All right, so I've got that set. Now let me go to the back cover. Now I've got to think about a tie. I think I might dig out some shindy carpet fabric. Let's see. So I cut this one a little short too because I wasn't paying close enough attention. So we had a nice visit. We had some Chinese food, so that was fun. And then we played a card game. And we were tired when we got home. We got home around 9, which is late for us old folks to be out and about. And then our daughter, of course, to me, she's just beautiful. She is beautiful. She's beautiful inside and out, but she looked really pretty yesterday. She's got beautiful hair. And, I don't think I realized as a kid how curly her hair could be. But if she scrunches it, she gets these nice little waves. So she said her co-workers, of course, found out yesterday that it was her birthday. They didn't realize. And like she said, it's on the calendar. Everybody's birthday's on the calendar, but people don't pay attention. They're busy with their own stuff. Anyway, they were trying to guess how old she was. They thought she was 34. Isn't that funny? But I missed the part of the story when they actually found out she turned 40. So, yeah, right, Dora. I mean, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, he's such a trip. Some of the things he's done. So then his sister makes a birthday card for his mom. I guess it was from last year because it had 39 on it. Well, he found it, took it, and claimed it as his own. Hi, Cal. Good morning. Crossed out the 39 and put 40th on there. And then tells his mother, don't lose that, Mom. I can use it again next year. He did. He didn't do it the first time. His sister made it. He's just a crack. He just cracks me up. Hey, Jeannie, good morning. All right. So I think I'll make it uniform, front cover to back cover. So now let me grab, I'm just going to put this aside for a few minutes. And I'm going to get a bag of my Shindy carpet bits because I want to have a tie. And I like this fabric because a lot of it is grungy, kind of an old looking, but it's also very flexible. Can be a little stringy, but I like the way it looks. So let me grab a bag. And I want something neutral, which may be a little bit more of a, this looks like something a little more neutral. A light pink certainly would work with that book. But I want to glue in fabric before there's Candy. Candy was at the doctor. She checked in early and she's back. That's nice. See, now this has all been washed. But see, that's kind of maybe a little too grimy for what I want. And some of this is like a chiffon kind of texture and feel. I mean, I've got a huge bunch of it. Look. It's just a matter of picking out something that's going to work. Okay, Jen's listening and probably keeping busy doing something, which is great. I love that. I like to do that myself. So I've got this all tied together. So it's kind of hard to pull out I might be able to work around that one. So I don't want it to be too grungy, right? But like I said, all this has been washed. It just doesn't the stains don't necessarily all come out. But I need 4 pieces, and I don't need it to be too terribly long. I just want 4 pieces that I can use to do a nice little tie closure on that journal. So I'm just trying to muscle out a few pieces here. See, that's kind of yucky on the end, but there might be some good stuff in the middle here. Now, it can be a little bit fiddly because this stuff can be stringy, but you know what? I just kind of think it adds to the charm. And push comes to shove, whoever ends up maybe owning this journal, the fact is they could really just trim it off if they don't like it, right? Snip, snip. If it drives you crazy. There's another piece that's kind of So in other news, today is the Phillies opening day. Baseball at 4:05. I'm quite excited. When I'm done my stream, I have to watch a couple of streams. I purchased, my sister and I both purchased a score pad. I've never done that before. We're going to keep record of the game as far as strikes and balls, and see, now that part of it's really kind of El Yucco, right? But see, this section's not too bad. So that might be usable. See, sometimes with the shindy carpet, this is what you got. They've got it a big stitch, and they've got it all stitched together. Peggy says, I'm trying to reduce my scrapbook paper, so I'm making kindness pages to drop off at community clothing food banks. I figure they could include it. Ah, Peggy, that is a wonderful idea. And fun. Yeah. Yeah, I just can't throw the look at how stained that is. I just can't throw stuff out. I just can't. And when I get stuff together sometimes and I'll say this is for Goodwill, my husband's like, really? You think somebody's gonna want that junk? And I'm like, well, I would. I would. That's the kind of stuff I look for sometimes you get lucky. If you get the right end, you can just pull this and it all comes apart. Look at there. Oh, I love when that happens. Woo! That's the kind of stuff I look for. So yeah, that to me, that's what Goodwill and thrift shops are for. Little tiny diamonds in the rough, right? All right, so that's going to be trash, that thread. And this doesn't have to be total matchy-matchy, but sometimes you just have to snip it and let it go. Let it go, let it go. See, now I've got those big holes. See, that won't do. So let's see if I can tear it. So I thought yesterday my husband maybe had lost his mind because he said, we're going to be over in that area and we're going to be having some extra time. Maybe we should pop into that thrift store. And I'm like, what? What? So yeah, went into the thrift store. Of course, it's not as much fun with him as it is when I go with my sisters, but he goes out and sits in the car. So he's a good guy. All right, so I don't want it too terribly wide. Dara said, I just saw a meme of a lady saying, don't get me started. I don't come with brakes. Okay, now these don't have to be exactly, see, now that would easily make 4, right? So that's what I might live with instead of fussing around too. But I like this too. Let's see what we can do with this one. So sometime today before 4, I have to figure out how to use a baseball score pad. Definitely going to use pencil. The guys that call the game, the one guy, he always uses, see if I can get 3 out of this. Sounds like he uses a pen. We're like, no, you got to be able to erase. I like this texture of this fabric better. So there's a little bit. That could be, so I don't need it to be long, I don't think. So got those 2. That's kind of grungy. Let's get rid of that. And Candy's here. Candy, how's Ange? Is she feeling any better? All right, let's measure. Let's have them all the same size. Oh, that's got a little bit of grunge there. All right, let's get rid of that. Ange hasn't been feeling good. I know. I save that too, Peggy. I'm sure you do too. That's why you're saying it. But I love that, especially some of the back boards of the scrapbook pads. It's so nice for, like, say, when you take this apart, take the book pages out and you want that extra support. I use it behind my signatures and you cut it down. It fits right in there nice. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. I don't really want that pinky color. It's a little too pinky, a little too pinky. So I made bundles of this stuff and put them in little lightweight muslin bags. I forgot I did that because I was going to list them in my Etsy shop and then didn't put them in there. What a nut. Okay, so this is going to go back in the bag. And I'm going to say about Now this is going to have to sit again because I want it to dry really well. And I also have to do something with this spine yet. I noticed when I was working on this the other day, not that it matters because I would cover it up anyway, but I've got it upside down. So this is what I'm thinking. A little bit up here and a little bit here and the same in the back. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. And I'm going to put my glue, and I'm just eyeballing it because that's how I roll. I have gone through this tub of glue so quickly. I know that's going to leak. Try to get that as flat as I can. That's still kind of wide. I think I can fold that. It's not cooperating. All right, let's do it flat. Have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way. So this one's wider. All right, this one I made really narrow. Ah, it's getting down towards the end, and I've really got a lot of stringy goopiness. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do, because I think I want to glue this before I actually glue it down. So let me get. So my husband goes out to the car yesterday, and he gives me a $20 bill. I'm thinking, oh, okay. And then start seeing stuff. I'm thinking, oh, he didn't give me enough money. So I'm up at the register saying, okay, I have to see what I can afford and what I have to let go. There were a couple other things I would have liked to have brought home. I didn't need them, but it was just, I wanted them. I wanted them. All right, so I'm going to cut. This is so soft. This was another clearance find. So I want to glue this right to the edge of my fabric. And you can see a little bit of those threads, but I don't think I want to. Well, let's just say I trim off those little hairs a little bit. You might as well be totally anal. Totally. All right, so I'm going to ask you something else. This is like a venting session. But some of you girls, we all have different experiences, and some of us have wisdom beyond our years, so maybe you can help me. So our son, we've always said our son is snake bit. My dad used to say that. It's like if anything could go wrong for anybody, it goes wrong for our son. So he's trying to bump up his income, and he's been doing Uber Lifts or whatever it's called. And instead of going out real late in the evening or taking up his whole weekends, he's decided that when he leaves work in the afternoon, because his work shift, he's done early afternoon, like doesn't take a lunch and doesn't do the breaks and stuff like that. So he leaves around 2:30, 3 o'clock. So he decided that if he picks up a couple of Ubers on his way home, he can add to his income and then, have some of his weekend too without having to go out and work. He's got some things he wants to be doing. He wants to get into a different apartment and, stuff like that. So I get a call this morning. He says, "Mom, you know the paint that kids use that it's all hooked together, the little pots, and they've got the little flip up lids?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "What kind of paint is that?" And I say, "Well, it's hard to tell, but," I said, "I would think a lot of times it's acrylic." He's like, "Yeah, I need to know how I can get that cleaned off. You ought to see my car." And I'm like, "What?" And of course, he got to work and then couldn't talk. So I'll have to catch up with him again later. But he sent me a picture. Where do you see this picture? I'm going to show it to you. So I need some suggestions. I made a few suggestions and I Googled real quick. Where do you see this kid's car? Some kid, I'm sure what the kid wasn't traveling by themselves. I don't know how old of a kid either. I think there would be a parent there. I don't know. Didn't ask that question, but is in the back seat of a stranger's car painting or messing around with these paints. Something I would never even think about, you know? And I don't think he saw it until, we got home. That's his door handle. Okay. If it's acrylic, I think he's screwed. Maybe it's gouache. I know, right, Dar? Ah, this kid, he's just like, so we filed, a complaint with Uber to see if there's anything they could do. I mean, I'm sure you can't just go charge somebody's credit card. And maybe it was a kid that a parent sent home by themselves, and the parent wasn't there. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. I told him to try a couple of things. So if he's at work now, but good thinking on his part to take pictures. But those little pots, maybe it's a gouache or maybe it's a temporary paint, but sometimes it's acrylic, right? Yeah, he did report it. I said, "Well, what about your insurance company?" And he said, "Well, that's a $500 deductible. So that's not something he can manage, at least not right now anyway." But can you imagine? It's always something, as my neighbor and I say to each other. It's always something. All right, so I want to glue this in. Let's kind of see if I can make a little tick mark here. Oh, you do, Debbie? Yeah, maybe the kid was by itself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about his insurance, if he's got a clause for that. Um, my husband's cousin is the car insurance guy, so he might have that covered. But I just am amazed. I mean, I'm just amazed. So now I guess he's going to have to start paying attention. Boy, that one's really wide. It's in there now. I wonder if I can get Where's that stuff I threw out? I wonder if I can get another wider piece. Yeah, this piece is kind of wide. I can glue the grungy part under the paper. Okay, let's do that. And it's like such a hassle. I don't know how much it's got on. It looks like it's mostly the door. I don't know that it got on the seats. But even if you did like a seat cover to protect some of that wear to your vehicle while you're doing this, doesn't protect the door. What's Deb say? When dry, if acrylic, it might flake or peel off a hard door surface with some gentle scrubbing. Yeah, I suggested Dawn. And then depending on the surface, this was before I saw the picture, maybe some alcohol or the one article I read said maybe some acetone. But I got to tell them you got to be aware of the finish. You might take the finish off. The things you don't think about. So that's the update. I'm just like, it will, Candy? Okay. When he was first telling me about it, I didn't know if it was on the metal door jamb or on, the leather. Like I just quickly looked up um, upholstery kind of cleaner, Amazon, and of course that Resolve came up and it says not to use it on leather. I'm sure it's for vinyl. I'm sure, for sending on the seat. Oh, that's an idea, Debbie. That's an idea. My nephew used to do that. Maybe we should ask him. All right, so that looks okay. And now I'm going to put another piece of this back here. Get another little piece of this. I don't want this to end up in my tea. All right, let's see. Let's give myself a little wiggle room there. Yeah, I thought maybe even one of those car wash places, if he goes in and asks somebody like, do you have a recommendation? Or even a car parts place. All right, now I had that pin and I don't know where I put my pin. Hey Mitzi, hi, how nice to see you. How you doing? Okay. I don't really mind too much glue on my fingers, so I'm not crazy about having this fabric tack on my fingers. It feels funky. Funky, funky. All right, so now I'm going to add some of my Fabri-Tac to the edge of my what do you call this? Eyelet lace. Trying to get every little last bit. I can remember when I first started to use this Fabri-Tac, I thought, oh man, this is such great glue. And then I was watching Lisa, My Eclectic Life, Lisa Conway, and she was saying she struggled with it because of its odor. And I'm like, it has an odor? Well, I have since realized, yes, it does, especially when you get towards the bottom and you're pushing out most. Oh, I didn't trim that fuzzy off. You're pushing out mostly air. I'm trimming off these little hairy bits so they don't stick up past my lace. At least that's the plan. I don't really want to cut the fabric. I just want to trim off those little hairy. Normally I like that free look. So one of the things I couldn't get yesterday because I was right at $20. Well, I was like at 18 or something, and then had to have tax, was slide projector films, but it was cut for like just a regular paper size. So it would have been good for protective, underneath pages when you work. But I had to leave that behind. I got a beautiful basket that I can sit out by my comfy chair and store my stuff. My hubby said, "You mean something else to just sit out and be?" He likes everything put away. I didn't want to hold anybody up. There were a lot of people in line, and I didn't have my phone. He would have ran more money in for me, but he's always trying to talk me out of having my handbag to have to deal with my handbag. He says, "You're not going to need it. I'm with you." Well, I didn't think about that anywho, it's all good. I mean, I didn't need it. I've got stuff like this, but they had big bags they were $7 of embroidery thread and hoops and old projects and like old patterns it looked like. I thought, oh, I don't need any of that, but I would love to just rummage through it. I had to leave that behind too. Left it behind. All right, so this is going to go this way. But I still think I want to do something down here. Now that pocket's going to come over. I don't know that I really need it. I missed what Mitch say. Yeah, I think the kid did it while he was driving them home. I only talked to him for a second this morning because he had to get. Look at my glue stripping. He had to get off the phone. And then he was going to call me back, and he didn't because he got to work, so he can't chat. So I didn't get all the details. All right, I think I'm going to just leave this off to the side for now, and then I'll come back and re-glue that. Now, I did have this little collar. I think I want to put this here and make this a tuck spot. So let me get that glued down. I mean, if the kid was by himself it's very likely if the parents knew, they would be like, oh my gosh, and they would take care of it. But we'll see what Uber says. Meanwhile, I don't think you should leave it sit on there terribly long. I think, we should get at it, you know, get it clean, try to get it cleaned off. But I would have forgotten to take a picture. So, I mean, good for him to do that. Kids today, well, he's not a kid anymore. Most people today think about that, but we are so not in that mindset. My husband and I, even like he'll go somewhere and say, "Yo, you should have seen," blah, blah. And I'm like, "Did you take a picture?" Oh no, 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 because we don't think about it. All right, so I'm thinking on the other side here, I would like to put. Now I don't want to cut my. So I've done that before too. You've got something ready to go somewhere, and then you forget and cut it up for a tag or something. Let's see. I was thinking this might look nice over here. Sometimes Jacqueline will say to me, "Don't worry about that being." Oh, look, that's cute. Open space is good, which is true, but I just feel like I need to jazz some stuff up. So I like those stitches. So let's get. And I kind of like that. I wonder how this will look. Let me just see how this might look. Just neatly trim around here. Hey, Kathy, how are you? How are you doing? Good morning. Okay. Not so much. Let me see how this looks cut out. I like this too, which might look nice opposite of that. Let's see. I've got a few options. Let's just say I've got a few options. And then when I'm done fussing with this, I'm going to try something I saw on a reel. That might look okay, huh? Well, I'm trying to finish up a couple of journals that I started a while ago. And this I could really trim very close to the image. All right, let me say this again now that we have, I guess we have less people, but we have some different people. I'm going to England and I'm going to visit with Janet Nash. And if anybody would like me to take her Happy Mail, because it's so expensive to send, anything other than a couple stickers, really, I would be happy to take that for you. So we've got time. I would need your items before April 17th. So if you're interested to do that, just direct message me. I'll give you my address. We can work out those details for you. And I will take your goodies with me. We're going to have lunch, or I don't know what we're going to do yet, whether we're going to meet somewhere in London or whether I'm going to go to her place. We'll see. We haven't worked that out yet, but we tried to do this before, and sadly, her parents were quite ill, and she lost her dad when I was there. So last time, it didn't work. because always stick something underneath, right? So, yeah, see, so there's still plenty of room to journal. This is tuck spot here. So this, I think I'm going to glue the top portion. I don't think we're going to do Paris. We're going to be in France, but I think we're going to do um, really one of my favorite places on earth is a little village called Eckesheim in the Alsace region. And there's another town right next to it called Colmar. Has a lot of shops and really fun things to do. So I think we're going to do that. We're staying not too far from the Basel airport. So we're going to be right where Germany's like, 20 minutes, and you're in France and Switzerland, and then Switzerland. They're all like within 15, 20 minutes of each other. So yeah, I'm going to see my bonus son, meet my newest bonus grandbaby. And my bonus son purchased a home. This is their first home. So I'm going to get to see their home. So we'll be with them about 4 days. So we're flying into Heathrow and staying in London for 3 days. And then we're going to drive to Nottingham, where my bonus son lives. And we'll be there for, I think, 4 days. And then we fly into Basel. And yeah, yummy food. Problem is, I really can't chew too much, so that'll be an issue. But I'm never going to see these people again, too. So if I have to eat with just my top teeth and not my bottom teeth, I'm not going to think about it. So all right, so I'm going to put this aside to dry. Now this is the next journal project. As some of you know, I've got plenty. I've got plenty sitting in a box waiting to be finished. So this is this little journal. These are pages from a book called Flora. I love this little book. And I took the whole book apart. Actually, I purchased 2 of these because I like it so well. Somewhere in here I have, I think, the front page or the inside page of the images are just really nice. Flora, an illustrated history of the garden flower, written by Brent Elliott with a preface by Sir Simon Hornby. It's a beautiful little burgundy covered book. Of course, the jacket is pretty too. I've got that somewhere. So I got most of the pictures are from the book. Then I added in some coffee stain paper and whatnot. You see, I started to do did some little stitching on some of the pages. So I don't know that I'm going to do a whole lot more to this. And I picked this fabric because of the tulipy looking design. And now I want to do more to the cover. It's padded a little bit, not much. But I saw a girl on a reel take a a napkin, and iron it on fabric. Now we've all seen where you can take a napkin and you use freezer paper and you iron it to the freezer paper. You can iron it to cardstock, seen that kind of thing. But she took her napkin, engulfed the whole thing in plastic wrap, and then ironed it on a cloth pencil case. And I'm like, what? So this is fab. And I mean, I want to put lace and other stuff on here, but I thought if I could put this down to add to this, now it's going to be fiddly because see, I've got to iron it on the back of the spine, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it right here in front of you, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself again. We're going to try. So, of course, I took off the layers of I went through my napkin stash and chose this. So I took off the other plies, so it's very thin. And then before you arrived, I wanted that straight edge, although it's gonna, maybe I'll get rid of some of this. So it wraps over a little further than what I wanted. So then I took my wet paint brush. You did see it, Kathy, wasn't it cool? So I took my wet paint brush and, you know, took off the excess that I didn't think I really wanted. And there we have it. So I've got a piece of parchment paper sitting here, put over top of it when I iron it. And then I've got my plastic wrap. And we'll see if it works. See if I can get it to work. So she just took it. Now, I didn't go back and watch the reel. Classic Lori, watch it in the middle of the night and think I remember everything. But I think this is basically what she did. So I'm going to take the rest of this wrap, and she just mushed it all down so, it sticks to itself. And then she went around and she trimmed all this extra off. Now that can be a challenge, I'm sure. But let me see what better scissors. Let's try my Timmy's. So I'm going to leave a little bit because I want it to seal. And I'm just going to come around as close. I'm going to leave a little, not coming right up to the napkin. I'm leaving it like about a 1/4 inch. Now, of course, I don't have an ironing board. I do have an ironing board, but you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So there I have my little applique. And I don't really need an ironing board, I guess, because I've got my book. Now, ideally, guys, you would do this before you put your whole freaking book together. But I didn't see this until after I had my book together. So I really would like for that to kind of wrap around to my spine. Now, if I put my iron on that, it's going to stick all to my iron. So I've got a piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to just use a piece of this and hope, that it's not going to stick. I'm going to iron it that way. So I'm thinking I'm going to iron it a little bit first, put this down, and then put this on top, and then iron it, and then put it up on end and iron around the corner, iron around the bend. So not only am I going to try something I never tried before, I'm going to try to do it around the bend. Yeah, protect the iron. Yeah, definitely. Now, of course, I don't think I saved the reel so I can show you what she did, because when I watch reels, they're like in the middle of the night. It's in the middle of the night. I wake up, I have to pee, and instead of leaving my phone alone, I pick it up and I start. I'm a mess. So I have my old large cruddy iron that I use here in my happy space. Just, I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe it might be a good idea to heat this up a little bit. Very cold. Let's give it a little. And I did turn my iron down as far as the heat. So let me turn that back up. I want that to be really, really warm, I believe. So has anybody else done this? Look how grony. Like I should worry about my iron. All right, so what we can all see what we're doing, right? So I've got this all ready. I want a little bit of that yellow on the front cover. I kind of really want that down there, but that might be a little fiddly to get that. Maybe I'll trim that a little bit more. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the fiddly part. I guess somebody was using an iron the other day. Who was it? It might have been Dana. Could have been Dana. And it was a real, no, maybe it would, no, it wasn't. It was some girl I had never watched before. This little cute blonde, and she was doing a live on Facebook. What the heck was her name? She had this cute little blue iron. Yeah, and she would have a cow. And she said it gets nice and hot. I bought one of those little craft irons. I sent it back because it didn't get very hot. All right, I'm going again. Now, of course, this isn't like really in your face either. It's going to be it's kind of like, whoa. Oopsie, I didn't get up there. All right, let's get up there. Let's just melt that baby. Melt that baby right into the fabric. Oh, really, Peggy? I mean, this works fine. And this, like I said before, this was my neighbor's iron. She doesn't iron anymore. She said, just take it for your craft stuff. It's got some strings there I'm wanting to melt up there. And this is a Rowenta, which I think is a decent brand, but I've certainly. It says go back to my history. Oh yeah, that's an idea. But she was pleased with her little craft iron. This is just, cumbersome. It feels cool. If you look real close, you can see the edge right there of the napkin. But see, I'm going to put lace or something else on this. Or other fabric or something. I don't know what else yet, but I'm going to need something. else on here? Yeah, see, right, this edge right here is not too great. Let's hit that. See if I can get right on that edge. Hit that with a little bit of heat. I always hated ironing, but I don't mind ironing. I don't mind ironing craft stuff. When I first started ironing paper, like to make the marbly looking kind of paper, my husband's like, "You're going to ruin the iron." He's the one that uses the iron. I'm like, "Yes, dear." That's a little better. I always say that's one perk of being overweight. You don't have to iron. You just smush yourself into your clothes and they're ironed for you. Yeah, you don't miss that, but you miss him for sure. Choice. Ah, sweet choice. My husband irons his own stuff. Is anybody surprised? No. My husband does everything himself. And hey, I don't argue. The dishes, the windows, the floors, nobody ever did it good enough. So have at it. Have at it, dude. Works for us. I want to get that back edge a little better. See some of the crud's coming off of my iron. Crud's probably not a good word to use when you're doing a live. Now, I'm assuming that's going to stay on there okay. All right. I think we can call that a success. I mean, I'm not as dumb as I look. You want to do it? I don't do it well. Guess what? Have at it. Have at it. Yes, discontinued model for sure. So you can see the little thickness of the white tissue napkin. I keep saying tissue, but it's a napkin up there. But now hers was real flexible because it was a pencil case. So, I can't really grip this because I've got it glued down tight, you know. So here there was some staining and aging on the not aging, but some staining on the fabric. So I want to wrap something around there. And I was thinking about doing the Eiffel Tower. What did I do with that? I guess I put that back away. Maybe I should add something else. What do you think? Should I leave well enough alone or should I? Let's see if I can find my Eiffel Tower napkin. I've got to get in here and put these. Oh, it was right there. Did I leave it out? Oh, wouldn't that look cool on one? All right. It was right here with that. Oh, maybe it's on the other side of that. Let's see. We've got Big Ben. We've got the London Eye. No. Oh, Philly. Philly, Philly. Definitely want to bring some napkins home. There's a couple of grocery type stores my son and I really like, so we're hoping to hit those again. Never been to Europe in the spring, so I'm a little excited about being there a different time of year. And getting my hands on those grandbabies. Woo. I thought I put all the napkins back in here, but I don't see my Eiffel Tower one. It had a couple of towers on one napkin. It's not that. These are from Jacqueline. The Halloweeny ones. The Halloweeny ones. I guess I'll have to let it go. All right, so now I'm going to pick through my fabric and some of my lace. Oh, there are, Kathy? Okay, that's good to know. Like I said, I've seen, of course, and done where you know, use your freezer paper or your plastic wrap, and you just, or I just did it on cardstock, you know, other paper. I never did it on cloth, and I never completely uh, wrapped up the napkin in the plastic wrap. Oh, here it is, right where I left it. Right where I left it. All right, let's just see. I may decide this doesn't really need another. Probably doesn't need another. Let's have a good look. Let's have a good look. Let's do it this way. Yeah, this girl did make it seem so easy and went so fast. I don't know. What do you think? Anybody have an opinion? Should I put the tower on there too? Or just do the. Oh, there's Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Kind of like it. Maybe if I take away, should something go on top like wording? Yeah, that would be nice. What kind of wording? You know, the whole inside is floral, so maybe the tower doesn't work. You know, maybe I do. What do I have that I could put on that would be words? You know, without getting all crazy. All right, let's see. Okay, so I pulled out some of this. So here's some. I think I need something bigger. I think I need something to wrap totally around. You know, I've got this little piece. I've just got Jad. Hey, there's Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. There's our other little traveler. She's headed out of the country as well. Okay, let's see. Let's iron this little piece of pink. Little piece of pink. Lace down the right side. Yeah, that's a possibility for sure. Let's see. Get that. I'm knocking. Just knocked off my. Just knocked off my. This is going to pick up some garbage from my ShamWow, guaranteed. I just ironed in the crinkle. trying not to hit my silicone mat and melt that away. Hmm. I had some pink lace. I don't think I left that out. I think I put that back in my tub. Let me see. I've got a tub of. Ugh. This is going to be really up close to my camera. Let's get this away. Let's move that off to the side if I can. Oh, you got the master book, Sandra? Oh yeah, I put that on my wish list. It looks really yummy. For anybody who doesn't know, Peggy, you could probably put that in for me if you'd be so kind. Put in Debbie's latest Amazon book, The Masters. Now this is a piece of looks like a little piece of collar that might look cute along the edge of the journal. That's kind of orangey. I don't think I want to get into the orange. Oh, this is what I had out. See, this is a very light pink. Let's see. That might work on my spine. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, well, that's not too bad, even though it's curved, right? That kind of could work. I could back it up a little. I don't know that I need both, though, right? Hmm. It always takes me a while to decide how I want to roll, which way I want to go. Hmm. I do like this. Oh, that's an idea, Xandra. Oh, that's a very good idea. Oh, thank you. Let's see, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Here we go. Oh, oh, that's a lovely idea. Okay, let's do that. And then maybe just this, and then figure out some kind of a word, which I might be turn that lace on right side facing in. Like that. Like it that way? Yeah, I like the tower here too. Definitely going to do that. I do like that. Where's my... Wonder if I could... I'd have to iron this better. Take my time. Oh, maybe wet this and iron it. And maybe I could stamp a word on here. Or, kind of like the word flora or floral. I'm just trying to think of a cheater's way out, rather than having to create my own thing. All right, so let's take this tower. I'm going to take a lot of this paper away, this tissue. Oh my gosh, napkin. It's like my brain is. All right, let's put this to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. I'm going to take a little bit off of the bottom. So I have a rough edge, not a straight edge, and it kind of hopefully looks like it will go right into that flower. Stamp on the... that's an idea, Debbie. Okay. I'm trying to think what I have to stamp. I certainly don't have flower or flora. Ooh. Okay, so my numbers is back up again. There's about 17 of us in here, and maybe there's someone who hasn't heard, but I'm going to announce it again. And I'll put another note in my another post on what used to be my community tab on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to visit with Janet Nash. So if you would like to send her some happy mail that is a little more than just what you could do in an envelope, just a couple of stickers or something, because it's costly to send to England. I would be happy to take that for you in person, whereby you could, if you live in the States, you could send me something for a couple of bucks. It would be a little more than a sticker, if that's what you want to do. Just a suggestion. I'm willing to hand deliver it and just show Janet how much we appreciate her and her time and her channel and being a part of our community. I've already had some gals send me things, which is lovely. I'm getting my own little Happy Mail package together for her. So what you need to do is just contact me privately. I will get you my address if it's something you're interested in doing. And I would need your items by April 17th. If I don't get them by April 17th, all bets are off, and I'm just going to keep it for myself. Now I'm trying to think where I have... I could grab one from a different napkin, some white napkin that I could stamp on. But I guess I could get, where do I have those? Just letters and just kind of almost do like a, what do they call it? A ransom note kind of a look. That might be fun. All right. So this is very, very delicate. My little Eiffel Tower. Put the water back in there. All right. So now I need to grab another piece of saran. I'm using Glad because that's what I have. I stole it out of the kitchen. Don't tell Ron. But the dollar store stuff works too. Now I'm going to totally wrap my Eiffel Tower in the saran wrap. Plastic wrap. Saran's a brand, not my Glad wrap. It's plastic wrap, not Saran. That's a brand. All right, so we're going to take off the excess. Now, the last time I trimmed, really close. So I'm going to try to do that again. I'm leaving that napkin, though. I'm not cutting into the napkin. I probably could get a little closer. I've got some great ideas here today. Ooh. Okay. Now, see if I put that all the way out flat. It's going to give me a little bit of I think it's going to be hard for me to iron in there. Kind of creating a little bit of a gully. So it's a little wide at the bottom, but I think it's going to work. All right, now my parchment paper, of course, hit the floor. Grab that. My iron should still be pretty warm. It turns itself off, but it usually takes overall. Takes a little minute. Okay, right-handed, so I gotta make sure I've got room on the. Well, Joyce, I have a suggestion. Why don't you, like in your Christmas? Well, maybe you sent her a Christmas card. Maybe like a little crocheted flower. You know that flower that you put um on my wristlets? How about a couple of those flowers, Joyce? Could you do that? She would love those to put on a journal for sure. And maybe 2-layer. You don't have to do the 3. That might be nice. Just an idea. Don't feel obligated. But that's an idea. Or an ATC card. Make sure you sign if you make a card or anything like that. Make sure you sign it. All right, so I'm going to gently lay this down. Now it looks like I got it. Well, it's not the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but I think I have it a little crooked. See, that's going to drive me. I think when I wrapped it a little crooked. All right, let's scoot this down a little bit. Yep. We're hot. We're hot. We're hot. This is not going to be perfect, but you know what? It's going to be okay. Woo. Now I want to be careful not to, you know what, let me just err on the side of caution. Let me just wrap that a little differently because I don't want to hit the hot iron on what I've already put down. Try to get that an edge. Yeah, I've been working on making those, Joyce. Those flowers are just darling. And I was thinking even a 2-layer one would be cute, you know, depending on your project. See, I've got one here, you know, the little button. Ooh, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. Okay, so it's crooked, but I'm going to live with it. Or whoever is going to live with it. All right, now I'm guessing that Jamie's already on because I think it's a third Thursday, and that's fine. But I think Tanya is traveling, if I'm not mistaken. So, oh, she's not Thursday. She's Sunday. Oh, she might be Thursday. Um, so I'm going to put that pink lace, I think, along here. So I want something here. Now, I just had in my little mitt the other day, um, letter stamps. See, I was putting things away, as crazy as that sounds. Now, where did I put it? I might have it in one of my Jane binders. I love these. Love these. If you can afford to get these or find them on a sale, oh baby. They come with these pouches, and most of your stamps and stuff are going to fit in here. Some I had to trim down, but I put my letters not in this one. Okay. I got 2 of these. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, this one's really stuck. Here they are. Here they are. See, and they have these. You can get, things like this for in binders, but they're open at the top. Like I have the page protectors, but everything, if you move them, everything slides out. See how clever Jane, she designed it with a little flap on the top, so you don't have that issue when you're storing. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, look, there's the letter P. I don't think I need that, but let's grab him anyway. All right, so I'm going to use these and see how crazy this looks. Might just be crazy good, right? We'll see. All right. Pull my little pages so they're a little flatter. See if I can get this back in. I should put some of these pages in the other binder. Ooh. All right, I'm trying to, get that right back in its spot. Look, but that's great. Okay, so now I'm going to steal the backing of another napkin, or so I hope. A lot of these I've taken the backs off. Let me grab one that, maybe this one. Okay. That might be 2 plies right there. I don't know. We'll have a look. All right, put that back in its spot. And I'm pretty sure this is 2. Yes. I think I might leave it 2 to stamp, and then let's see. Let's see what happens. Now, where is my? Well, I'm in everything. Everything. Let's get my little mouse pad. Now these letters are crazy letters. Now you can really see those tulips. So let's use this side. And I think I'm just going to do flora, like what's on the inside of the book. And I'm going to grab my Midnight Stays On because I think that's fairly juicy. And it's, archival and permanent or whatever. It's, once it dries, it's going to stay where I put it. Not that I'm going to hit it with liquid, but I'm going to melt plastic. I don't think that'll matter. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to find a little stamping block. They tend to disappear because they're clear. Oh, here's. Oh, I think that's. No, that's not one. Do, 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 do. There's one. So here's my letter A. And these are a mix of upper and lower case, which I kind of like. I don't have 2 of each. It's either or. Here's the letter F, FL, and I need the O. Ooh. I need an R. Put that P back. And my O. Oh, that's Q. Here's O. These are delightfully funky. Okay, I'm just going to have at it. Now, I want a nice dark image because once I pull this other paper off, the second layer, it's going to be kind of see-through, and then I'm going to have the pattern of my fabric showing up under there too. So I want to make sure I get a nice solid. Oh, that's lovely, huh? One could even say brilliant. Are you with me? Are you still with me? I put you all to sleep. Okay, let's do F. Oh, look, maybe I can take that off. See, I wiggle and I get messy. Well, clean up on aisle F. Okay, let's put that aside. And L. L is for the way you look at me. L. I did it a little. I'm going to try to just go straight down and not do any wiggles. Clean up these little edges here. That's amazing, Peggy. That's terrific. Maybe I should do it twice. I'm unhappy with the way that. I've got plenty of napkin. Let's just do it again. Like my neighbor, she gets she doesn't get the Meals on Wheels anymore. She's not eligible for that, but she's eligible for something called Mom's Meals. Same difference, but her meals don't come cooked anymore. They come frozen. If she got a tag like that with her food, she would be thrilled. Totally thrilled, I'm telling you. She would love it. So, I mean, it's a great idea. All right, I'm going to put I got it kind of clumped in there. Wonder if I can clean that. See, this is how I get myself in trouble. Got a lot of extra. Try not to wiggle, just press. It's hard because it's not. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. Okay. Now, here's where we're hoping I don't spell it incorrectly. Flora. Here, let's see. The letter O. This is a great idea. Hope it looks good. Okay, Xandra. Thank you. Have a great day. All right, I've got my O. I should really get my spritz this with my alcohol. If you catch it right away before it dries, you can clean that up a little. It's just hard to see if the ink keeps getting all over it. All right, letter R. I want that to stick on there. R. Do, 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 do. He's gonna stick. I need to clean the backs of my stamps. Oh yeah, Johnny's got nice stuff. Her ledger paper is really nice. That's exciting. Very nice. Okay, so here are my letters. I'm going to stick those up there and hope they stay put. Wow. Okay, put my ink back in the drawer. Now, I want to get these napkins apart. Very gently. Oh, I got a tear. I got a tear. I got a tear. I don't want to have to repair my F. My F didn't get stamped perfectly, but I think it'll be okay. Okay. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's just see. Let's just see. All right, so that's basically what we're talking about. Where's my... Uh-oh. Ribbon and thread came undone there. I just want to rough cut this for a moment. I'm going to go in with the water and the brush for sure. Now, where's my pink? My teacup's getting in my way. This is what we're thinking. Mm. Yeah, we'll see once we get it on there. Still kind of like that pink. I think I like the pinka. Okay. So again, this is going to go off to the side. Take my paintbrush, with some clean water. So I've got my little jug here. I'll take off a lot of this extra napkin. Now I've got that song in my head where they spell out the words. It's an old timey song. L is for the way you look at me. Okay. No, this is seemed to be easier with the piece of napkin that has the design on it. I guess maybe with the ink on it, it's a little more stable. It's running down into my ink. I don't want it to blur. Yikes. I didn't think about that. You just got to be thinking about everything. Look, it's down there. It's getting, look, it's wicking. It's wicking. Oh, rats. All right, heat tool, quickly to the rescue. Doesn't look too bad. See, it wasn't really dry, I guess. So, oh, poo. Goofy Gus. I'm a Goofy Gus. Say a little bit there. I think I can live with it. I'm gonna live with it. Okay, back to the plastic wrap. So we'll go this way, maybe. It's really starting to stick to itself here. Let's see if I can remember my mom in the kitchen saying, it doesn't stick to the dish, but it sticks to itself. How you doing? All right. Scoot that Jasmaraz over to the side. All right, so I've got it totally encased in my plastic wrap, and I'm going to come around and trim. Off that excess. It's not sticking. And then we're going to get the book cover. And I think I want it. Oh no, I think I want it up top, right? It's going to cover up a lot of my flower. Could go that way. You're doing good? That's great. Kind of wanted to cover that. That fabric flaw. I think it'll be fine. Okay, back to the parchment paper. What did I do with my parchment paper? Okay, here we go. Try it on the bottom. I did have it on there. What do you think? I'll do what you guys think. Bottom or top? Ding, 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 ding. I'm probably going to do this. If it doesn't land in my tea. I was thinking more over that way. Bum, 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 boom, boom. Bum, 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 I don't know. Anybody have an opinion? I guess top, Joyce. It says top. I could really do a crocheted flower down here, Joyce, huh? I can make a big one. That might be an idea. All right, top it is. Top it is. All right, parchment paper. Scissors out of the way. Paintbrush out of the way. And let's get the iron. Here we go. No going back at this point. Here we go. Flora, 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 flora. Uh-oh. That's glued to the parchment. Didn't get enough heat over there. Let's do that again. I'm not getting it warm enough. I want to make sure I don't hit my flour that I've already adhered, with the iron. I'll make sure that's covered with my parchment. You should probably let it cool before you rip up the parchment paper. That's probably a good idea. Stays warm for a while. Oh, that feels good on my hand. Wish my tea was still warm. So I think I'm going to let that cool for a second. Let's bring back this other journal. Which I almost just dropped all my appliques. So now I've glued that on, so this can be a little tuck spot. Oh, good, that's nice and tight. Okay. And then this can be a tuck spot, right? And then we did these ties. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. How's my time? I think I still have a little time. But let's not do it upside down. I'm going to put this here. Let's see. I think I want to add Fabri-Tac to the top of my ribbons, just so that I get a really good stick. At least some of it. I think I need to get my other jug. And then I'm going to see what I have in here. All my brushes are sticking together. Throw them in the water. And let's see, I need my little toweling. I'm going to use a brush. And I'm just going to use some golden matte medium here. I'm going to cover that pretty well. And it's going to go this way. So I'm going to add some glue here. Dee Dee glues both sides, and she's very successful with her, mixed media. So let's do both sides. I'm not ready for that to come down yet. Let's give this a good press. And I should pull out some of my little clamps, some of my bulldogs. Sounds like the mailman's here. Cleaning up the bottom here a little bit. I don't think I got any glue on that very corner. Add a little bit there. Another little. So now I can leave this sit and dry for a little while. And then once this dries well, this is going to come down. And I'm going to glue my edges, and I'm going to have a sweet little pocket there. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the back. And then all that's left to do is just go through here and add things to my pockets, and maybe make a couple of larger tags for those larger pockets. And then this one's going to be pretty much finished. So that's cool. Thank you for allowing me to get that done. All right, now this should be cool. It's still warm. How about that? It's still a little warm. Debbie's out. Okay, have fun, Debbie. That sounds fun, doesn't it? All right, so let's. Got my dad's old credit card here. See, now I'm thinking, I have to figure out in my mind, though, I think I would like a bigger flower down here to see if I have some pink. But maybe make a bigger, flatter crocheted flower. Maybe not 3 layers, maybe 2. And this is just yummy. Maybe I'll just do this. And put the smaller flower right on the corner. Maybe that. I still think I need to work on this a little bit. I still think I need something wrapped around my spine. So this is still a work in progress. But I'm a lot closer to being finished. This still has to get glued here. I glued the back. And so this still needs a little bit of work too. This takes time. Folks don't understand, I don't think, at the time that's involved, with putting one of these together by hand. This still could use some decorating, I think, on the pages. We could use a little something here. See, there's our flora. So there's still some work to do here, but I'm ahead of the game there, I think. Still think I need something. Maybe that sweet little edge there, and this comes around this way. You never know. Next time we're together, this might be finished. Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay, so I think I'm going to take off. I need to get going here myself. So, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me work on some of these projects that I have started. It's nice to have company and I like to get some opinions occasionally, with this was a good tip. Some good ideas we shared today. So hopefully when this uploads, folks can appreciate and gain some ideas from some of the things we shared today. And thanks for being with me and hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. Don't forget, if you're interested in sending a little something to Janet Nash, get a hold of me. Okay, we still have time, but I'm just going to keep reminding folks. And let's see, it's Thursday. I think Jamie's probably on. And I think Beth comes on tonight. I'm not really remembering. But there's things to do. All right. Gosh, I appreciate you all so very much. Thanks for being here, keeping me company. and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to do a few more things, and then I got to prepare for opening day. I'm so excited to watch the ball game today. Oh, I love this time of year. I love this time of year. I'm going to get in my comfy chair and have me a ball game. Ooh, I'm so excited. All right. So listen, treat yourselves well, okay? Have a good rest of the day, and Lord willing, I will see you Sunday at noon Eastern. And I might be fussing with a few more journals. We'll see. Might feel like doing something else by that time, but we'll see. A few days away. So enjoy yourselves. Get some art done. All right. And don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.